The impasse over the nation's debt ceiling between House Republicans and President Joe Biden could derail Biden's plans to attend the G7 summit in Japan and the Quad summit in Australia. He is scheduled to depart May 17th.
I would either have to delay my trip, not delay, not go and do it virtually, or not go.
White House press secretary said Friday that Biden is expecting to go as G7 finance ministers finalize details ahead of the summit, focusing on ratcheting up economic pressure on Russia and finding alignment to counter what they call Chinese economic coercion.
Not just to push back against China weaponizing its economic leverage, but also to deter China from taking action in the first place.
Looming over the G7 summit, the threat of the world's largest economy not paying its debts and further endangering a fragile global economy hit by the pandemic and the war in Ukraine.
These shocks continue to impose significant costs on the global economy. Further, markets are seeing the possibility of a U.S. debt limit breach as a growing downside risk.
From Hiroshima, Japan, Biden is scheduled for a brief stop in Papua New Guinea to meet Pacific Island leaders he hosted last year, establish stronger strategic ties, and deter them from getting closer to China. He is set to continue to Sydney to the Fourth Quad Summit with leaders of Japan, India, and Australia, hosted by Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese.
We'll be discussing the global economic environment that we know is under pressure due to global inflationary pressures.
Formed in 2007 to bolster economic and security relations, the Quad also evolved to become a strategic grouping against China's rise in influence. Patsy Widaguswara, VOA News at the White House.